What is up, everybody? This is Night Shift, and I'm back for week 3, episode 4 of my UMASS Dynasty. I know it's been a while, and I've just been really busy, but I am back, and I do have all of Season 2 ready to go, so I'm going to be trying to churn those out as I basically get ready to do all of the Black Ops 2 zombie stuff as well. You're going to see that stuff popping up all over my channel. But I'm not going to give up on my football stuff, so don't worry about that. Alright, as you can see, we just eliminated one person from our list, and I'm going to finish up with the scouting of the defensive line. And our DN got really good. He's up to a 79. And his D-tackle made it all the way up to an 80. And the other D-tackle also up to an 80. Alright, and now we're going to scout, let's see, let's do the corners, finish them up. Alright, he went +2 to a 70, I like that. And now let's do the other important corner, finish him up, and he's up to a 68, so I'll take that. And I'll spend the other 20 minutes on this corner, see if it's worth, maybe it'll show me his speed. We'll take a shot. Oh, we already have his speed. Alright, well, it was just 20 minutes. Alright, so now we are going to go back to the recruiting. And as you can see, 40 minutes, the most I spend on this guy. And 40 minutes is plenty enough time, because as you can see, I still got a 3 in there, and it sucks to waste time. So that's why you see me only do 40 minutes, even though it's a guy that I really want. Alright, now we're gonna get our visit in. He's gonna visit week 4, and then I'll finish up trying to get whatever I can know about this guy, even though it gets me a 3, a 16, and a 16. It's not going to be a big deal. Alright, we're going to try to get this guy. Still got a shot at him, only 280 back, and he's ready to visit, so hopefully we can get him in there before he commits, as that'll definitely be important. If we get the visit, we might have a shot at him. Alright. So he's got a half an hour. Don't want to waste any extra time on him. And then as you can see, I'm in first on, well, pretty much everybody else that's important, which is good news for us for next season. And you see me, I dropped down to 30 minutes on all these guys, so I can save some stuff for the back end. And you're going to notice that on this particular week, I decided to do stuff from the top down instead of in reverse. Honestly, I don't know why I did that. I don't usually do that. I usually start at the bottom. You guys know that if you've seen all my videos or whatever, because recruiting actually still is mattering to me right now. But I started at the top, and I'm working my way down. And I don't know, I just did it reverse on this one. Usually I try to do it the other way around. But everybody, I think we put ourselves in good shape. Oh, and there's what I wanted to show. We got our first signee. We got our first recruit. I'll move him to the bottom, get him out of the way, and just continue with 20 minutes on some of these guys. And now we gotta also remember that I really do want these D tackles and the D end a lot more than I wanted those guards that are right above them. So we're gonna jump up to 40 minutes for these guys. See if we can't get a big lead on Auburn here, and then pick up some ground with Kelly and Smith. See if we can't jump Alabama and LSU. That would definitely help out our defense to get some 79, 80 overall guys. Considering right now our defense is like rated a 61. And my best player on defense has got to be Ed Saintville, and he's an 86. So definitely we need to improve that defense. That's why these guys are on the list, and they're getting 40 minutes. That's the important part here. And then we got our third D tackle, Ryan McCarthy, and we're in good shape on him. And yeah, 83 right there. And as you can see on the right hand side, we have all of the guys. I'm the only offer. I don't like competing with other schools. I say that all the time. When you're first starting out, you really need to not recruit guys that other people are recruiting. It makes it a lot easier to do it this way. That way the computer can't just decide, hey, I want this guy, and take him from you. So it's definitely very important to remember to do that. Can't stress that enough. That is the key principle of how I recruit. No matter what you're looking for, there's always a guy that should be able to take care of whatever you need to take care of that nobody's going for. And as you can see, I have all these tight ends that I would like to get, and we're just going to give them one promise and call it a night for them. That way I keep going up on their intent, move things along with them as quickly as possible, but using as little amount of resources as possible. And as you can see, the punter, I moved up to number 2 on him. And I don't think I need to get shit from that kicker though. Alright, we got an hour left, and unfortunately, because I did it from the top down, I did not have the right amount of time here. So I actually ran out of time on this one, which never happens to me because I don't do it this way. But this is just a perfect example of why you don't do it this way. And as you can see, I knocked a prospect off the list that I'm most likely not going to get. And another one, knocking him off the list. That way I have 10 minutes to spend on the kicker and the punter. Because you really do need to get the kicker and the punter when you don't have one. Because when you don't have one, you realize how much you need one. And I've been in that situation before. I tried to play like that, and it does not work out too well for you when you can't kick a field goal that's longer than like 20 yards. So it's definitely important. You don't have to get both. You can get a kicker or a punter, just somebody that you can plug into that spot. But it is very important to get those guys. Alright. With the kicker and the punter, I like to just promise those things. They're easy. Once I have them, I'm not going to recruit another one. You guys are also going to notice that as far as all of the extra guys that I added to the list, I haven't started trying to recruit them yet. They're just there so that I can see them on my list. Alright, and now here we're going to move all the way up to the game. And we're going to be playing UCONN this week. And this is game number 2 of the season. And we're 1-0. And here we go. This is early on in the game, a few plays in. After a few running plays, got a nice big pass play right there. And you know it's run it some more, and then throw it to the tight end is my strategy. But on occasion, you get a wide receiver wide open like Samuel was right there. And we got a nice first drive going here. Getting into the red zone. 4 minutes it took. And, oh, look at that. That was a great play by the defender. He was on the guy underneath, and he just comes up and picks it. That does not happen a lot. So we get back on defense, get a nice 3 and out, and we're going to make it through the first quarter with a tie game, 0-0. Nothing too bad happened there. And I'm going to take a look at the schedule coming up real quick. As you can see, we're playing UCONN this week. And next week we got Boston College at home, and then Buffalo and Kent State. So those are the things that are coming up. Alright, back to our run it strategy. And for a first down, we're getting close to the red zone here. Let's get a nice little play action, hit the tight end, and get into the red zone. And here on first and goal, we're going to try to hit the tight end again, right over the middle. But it wasn't there, and I end up taking the sack. Alright, now we got second and goal, and I'm going to get the touchdown pass in there to Michael, and he just barely fits it in. I'm going to check out the standings real quick, guys. We are in first place on our side. Toledo's having a good season as well so far, and they look to be my main competition. Alright, back to the game. I'm going to pick it up here on defense with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. And as you can see, I just gave up a big play, which kind of ticks me off, but let's try not to give up another big play. Try to clamp down on defense. And oh no. All the receivers go right. Nobody is left to the left. And the quarterback runs it in for 39 yards. Not a good play for me. Bad job on the breakdown there. Alright, so with a minute to go, let's try to get into field goal range or try to get a touchdown in before half. And no. I overthrew him. I had to punt it away and give it back to them with a minute to go. And as you can see, I get a nice sack there, which makes me think that it's going to be very tough for them to score. But once again, I give up a huge play, which was just barely saved right there, and that would lead to this field goal that they get, or field goal attempt right before the half, and luckily they miss it. So we're going to go into halftime 7-7. And now that we are at halftime, we're going to check out real quick the championship contender rating. As you can see, I'm sitting at number 60 right now, but still not looking so good for the future. So definitely going to be important to get those recruits. I'm going to pick it up a few plays into the second half, and we come up with a big interception to start the second half. And what do you do after an interception? Go for the kill. A couple plays later, we get a big play to one of our freshmen, McKinney, and he gets it on in there for the touchdown. And the defense would hold for the rest of the third quarter, and we're going to take a 14-7 lead into the fourth quarter. And before we get to the fourth quarter, I'm going to show you guys real quick. Boston College in the studio update gets the upset over NC State. So looking forward to next week. That looks like it might be a tough game. 3-0 Boston College coming to town. So something to think about for next week. Alright, now we got a 4th and 5 that I was trying to get them to jump, and they don't. But luckily I get a nice wide open tight end Blanchflower. And we're back in the red zone. And about 4 minutes to go in the game. We're up to score. I'm going to try to make a play right here real quick. And the guy's going to just jump the hot route. And instead of this game being 21-7, he takes it all the way back to the house. And now we have a 14-14 game and we're starting all over again. But the good news is I do have the ball back. And I got Brown back there. And what does he do? He completely takes the game into his hands and takes it to the house. Gets me a nice long kickoff return. And boom, we're back up 21-14. Alright, so now here we go again, giving up the big play right away on defense. We got to stop that. We got to cut down on those. So I'm going to bring some user blitzes in, and I would get through that. So Now we're cut it to about a minute and 45 seconds to go. We get a first down here. They only got one timeout. It's going to be over. And look at that. We had Michael wide open up the seam down the right side. And that's going to pretty much clinch the game. Or does it? With 30 seconds to go, they get down the field real quick, get the guy wide open in the front corner of the end zone, and he gets a touchdown. Alright, no problem, right? Only 27 seconds to go. And they got to try the onside kick. So here's the onside kick, and whoop! Nope, I got it. Alright, so that'll clinch the game right there, and that's going to be your final. 28-21. That was a lot closer than it even should have been at all. What I'll show you here to play the game is Michael breaking wide open on a busted coverage by them and scoring the game-winning touchdown. And that's also going to get him player of the game, 4 catches, 2 touchdowns, and I win the rivalry game. It's beautiful. Alright, 13 of 22. That was a little too much passing attempts for me. He did throw for 296, 3 touchdowns, but he had 2 interceptions. We got to cut down on those turnovers. Alright, after that, we got only 13 attempts rushing. I got to do better than that. But it is nice to see all of the receptions for the receivers. And we had 1 interception from Mr. Saintville. And I didn't attempt any field goals in that game. Alright guys, so that's going to do it. Remember to check back in with us next week, and we're going to be playing Boston College. Peace.